my own bills, fine chicks, 6 figures.
Hey.
I don't need no man tryna go 50-50. I don't need no man tryna go 50-50. I don't need no man tryna go 50-50.
Hey.
I don't need no man tryna go 50-50.
You said leave us with encouragement. Don't date broke in 2025. If you do, you stupid. And because I told you. Date rich in 2025. If they're not rich, if they're not providing, if they're not generous, you don't go out with them. You don't even have a phone conversation with them. Leave them in the dust where they belong. Don't waste any more time and energy on dust. That is the advice I would give to anyone.
Hey, Jim, we got to get out of here. Now.
Got you holding out.
Leave me alone. I ain't got time.
Jim, I ain't got no time for your time. And you give up the money or you gonna be donating.
Don't hurt him. He's an old man.
How about now, old man? Are you gonna start giving or do I have to start kicking?
Why are you doing this? I don't want to hurt you.
Listening to Sheer 7, it's clear that 2025 is going to be more mercenary dating than perhaps we've ever seen before. And for guys that have a romantic streak, you might walk up into a distressed situation of a young lady dropping her handkerchief and approach it much like you see Ernie doing here in Sidekicks when the menace of Don Cheadle is threatening, in this particular case, a young lady who is trying to find someone to save her, quote unquote. Of course, we're going to see how Ernie saves the gentleman in this particular clip that, if you're lucky, you've probably seen me show you before. But in 2025, in this mercenary dating age, let's just say that there are multiple ways to quote unquote skin a cat.
Yeah, you rented me for the boyfriend package for the holidays?
Your T.
Yes.
Hi, it's so good to meet you.
What's good?
All my family is inside right now,
All
and
right.
I kind of told them a little white lie this holiday season that I have a man, and because I've never brought home a husband, boyfriend, really anything living or breathing home. I'm just so glad you're here.
Hey, calm down. I do this all the time. Remember what I'm supposed to do?
Are you gonna start giving or do I have to start kicking?
Why are you doing this? I don't want to hurt you.
I got the premium package, right?
Yes.
Okay, and that includes telling me that you love me,
Yes.
a really cute and heartfelt story about how we met.
Yes.
Listen, come up with anything.
I'm gonna do the dishes.
Done.
Okay.
And I'm gonna also take photos with the family. Trust me, it's all good. I do this all the time.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
You might need some real good together.
Oh, Nina is an amazing girl. I actually love her.
You mean Nadia, right?
That's what I said, right? I love that girl.
Merry Christmas!
Tell me how you met Nadia, because she ain't never brought nobody here or mentioned you.
Sometimes I guest pastor at Change Church in Atlanta. Looked out into the crowd, saw the most beautiful woman I'd ever seen. That's when I knew she was the one.
Oh, is he clean? Yeah, keep him around.
I had a blast.
Y'all are very good together. Make any time. Yeah. All right,
Are you alright, sir?
You're the baddest little dude I've ever seen.
Money. Platinum package. Appreciate it. Follow me around Valentine's Day. And tell all your friends about me.
Well, it didn't take long. It only took 2 years, literally to the day, December 27th, for my Filipino wife to become fully Americanized, hate everything about me and what I provide, and decide to leave. Yeah, welcome to the post that I'm ever gonna make. There's a lot to it, and I'm not gonna go into it, okay? But suffice to say, after providing and going on the Disney World trip which included the funeral for my mom. I got up to day 6, I think, on that, because it all broke down at Magic Kingdom. Ironic. And I didn't post anything after that, because when we got back from Orlando to St. Simons, Georgia, I was greeted with the announcement from Jayanne that she wanted a separation. And then I discovered through text that she had been discussing this with her family and making plans to also take the children.
I'm not sure how many people are going to react to this particular story, but it is a cautionary tale that even when guys go overseas and try to do an atraditional method of family formation, there are inherent risks involved. And here you're hearing one of the nightmarish risks that if the young lady decides to take the children back to her home country, then there are some countries where you essentially don't have any kind of legal recourse except to kind of deal with it. I'm sure that there'll be plenty of people that will see this post and think, well, all you have to do is, and the truth of the matter is, there is no answer for all you have to do is, besides have common ideals and values about raising children and just know it before you get married. And there's no way you can really verify that except by living life.
So I came downstairs in my nice 4-story mansion and just stayed by myself through Christmas Eve and through Christmas Day. And I missed Christmas with my children. My in-laws, my mother and my father-in-law, and Jayanne, they proceeded to open the presents without me. Presents of which, all of which I bought. Yeah, the separation is a separation. I'm lucky enough to have a big house, and the logistics of it can be met right away, but I spent Christmas utterly by myself. And it's coming up on New Year's Eve, and I'm still alone. Because there's no communication from her. Why? Because she's communicating with her parents. She has the total backing and validation of her parents.
One point that's made here that I think is really important for guys to remember is that you are going to be an outsider. And unless you find a particular family that pretty much accepts you wholeheartedly, if things go wrong, it's going to be deemed your fault. And there's really not much you can really do about that. If things kind of go sour, you just have to find a way to kind of work things out and accept the fact that you're going to be the one who's going to be the wrong party. Because again, as the outsider, it's going to be the assumption that you did something that was unbecoming. This story is a kind of microcosm of that, and there's really nothing you can do about that except know that going in and try to mitigate that as much as you can while you're dealing with the situation.
All external sources of validation, and it's my position, my feelings are not relevant. She's got it figured out. She's got a plan. I'm waiting to hear what the plan is, and we'll see what happens from that point. But I'm pretty I'm at peace with what has occurred, what could occur. I am done being Mr. Fix-It. Fix-It Felix. I'm not going to be the simp, nice guy, Fix-It Felix anymore. A relationship takes 2 people. And she made the decision for the separation. She's made the announcement and made plans with family to take our children back to the Philippines.
If you're a man looking to start a family with a woman overseas, it is incredibly important to do your due diligence and make sure that the country she comes from is a signatory of the Hague Convention of the Civil Aspects of International Child Abduction. Because if they are not, then you don't have much legal recourse, as is going to happen in this particular case if she chooses to take the children back home. A look through the countries that are signatories will reveal that even if the process is not expedient in these countries, there is a legal framework by which an American man or woman can deal with a situation where the children are quote unquote abducted and you're trying to find a way to get the children back in your life. if one of these countries is there on the list of signatories, then you know that you could at least fly to one of those countries, hire a lawyer, and set a kind of framework or process in order to get the children back into your lives. That's not to say that it's going to be easy, but there's a process there. If the country is not signed to this particular agreement, then you have an even bigger uphill battle. And it's something that should be taken into account for guys that are not just going overseas to have a good time, if you will, but guys looking to start families. Something that guys are going to have to get used to in this new age of dating, whether you're dating at home or dating abroad, is that it is going to get much more competitive, and the rules are going to get much more, dare I say, full contact in people trying to get what they want in this more and more competitive world. And what those things might be could be documentation to stay in a particular country. It could be getting children. It could be procuring resources. All of these things are going to be in play. And so for guys thinking that they're going to go overseas and it's going to be all hunky-dory, you have another thing coming, because you can go to the family court overseas and you can go to the family court back home. All things considered, you're going to have to deal with a legal process, and the best thing to do is to go into all of it with your eyes wide open. And this is a mistake that many quote-unquote simps make. If I love her hard enough, things are just going to work out. And many guys think that if I go overseas and I love her hard enough, I don't have to have the tenets of the RP that are going to save me from this kind of difficulty. Because the truth of the matter is, you're going to have to carry that RP with you no matter where you're going. Because trust me, no matter who you're dealing with, where you're dealing with said person, or in what particular court you are dealing with said person, you're going to need it. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below, and I'll catch you in the next video. Try not to be such a nice guy when you're going around the world or at home when you're dating young ladies. Take care, guys.